We always say that homelessness is a situation and not a person's identity. We aren't the first street paper. We're just the first street paper in Oklahoma. There are like 143 around the world and about 42 in the United States. The Curbside Chronicle was funded originally with a few startup grants. If you're a vendor and you're homeless or in need of money, so low income, people who are at risk of being homeless as well, you come to us and you come to a vendor training and we train them and they get their first 15 magazines for free and they go out and sell them for the suggested donation of $2. The business model itself is sustainable, right, which helps us continue to afford printing. They keep everything that they make off of the magazines, but if they want more magazines, they buy them for 75 cents. So they're making at least $1.25 off of each magazine, and the reason we charge them 75 cents is not to take money from them. There are two reasons. One, it helps keep us sustainable. It actually costs us $1 to print each magazine, but we make up the rest in ad revenue, and it also really invests them in the program because they're what we like to call a small business owner. They're buying it at a reduced price and then selling it for a higher price. And they're learning about that, they're learning about money management, and they're also showing us that, hey, this is something I believe in. I want to put some of my income into this so that I can get a larger reward out of it. There are a lot of stigmas and stereotypes that surround the homeless. Some homeless do deal with substance abuse issues and things like that, but many people that are vendors and that I've met who are in this situation do not deal with that, but they still feel the blowback of that stigma and the mindset of you're in this situation and so this is all your fault, and also it's very hard to get past that. That can become the identifying factor, and even I see this, I learn from this on a daily basis myself. I see our vendors and my first thought sometimes whenever I think of them is that they're in this situation of homelessness, right? Many of them haven't been homeless for a majority of their life, right? This is just a very small part of their life. They're people just like you and me, and they have relationships, and they have children, and first date stories, and first kiss stories, and things like that we don't really think of first. We've one vendor, Marcos, and he's one of my favorite vendors because he's very honest.
I hate Mondays. Mondays are drag.
So he'll be very hard, and he'll tell me like, hey, you know, like, you're not doing this right.
Ranya and Whitley, they're good kids, don't get me wrong.
Like, you're not out there selling the magazine, and this is how the reality is.
It's simple. They've never been out here.
I'm not out there selling the magazine. Like, I understand the model, but I don't know what it's like to stand there holding the magazine, selling it.
One guy says, get yourself a job. I said, it is my job. He said, fuck you. I said, fuck you right back. I don't care.
And so I appreciate that, but he also leaves me notes like at least once a week. We have notes over here. Like whenever he sold over 2,300 magazines, he like wrote us a note, and at the end he said, "Who your daddy?" Which is a joke. And so he wrote me a note to tell me that he made his personal record, and that like 5 people came by to take photos of him at the event, and that he felt like a movie star for a second. And so things like that are really they're small, but they're meaningful. That's the most impactful thing, is just seeing positive things come from them doing this.
You know, at first, selling the curbside was a little hard because I used to be in crowds in events where there's crowds of people and only 1 or 2 people buy from me. In some cases, nobody buys from me. But now that the magazine's flowing around, word getting out, every time I go to a large event, people be grabbing the magazines right and left and right.